last year, you've heard me say it a number of times, Browns had no identity. This year, a little different. Let's welcome in Jake Burns from BrownsFilmBreakdown.com. And Jake, I saw you write about this, and I couldn't tell you what the Browns' identity was in 2024, but you made the point that Kevin Stefanski has been pretty intentional about the identity this year.
Yeah, I think and Brad Ward kind of wrote that for us, and it's something that we talked about a lot, which is I do think there's some self-recognition going on, with the team and their people internally about, and maybe we've discussed it here. I think we have actually, but just how they need to go about winning games this year an understanding of the necessary elements to win the games, the types of rushing yard outputs they need, the type of defense, total yardage allowed, creating turnovers. They're not going to win a majority of their games the traditional way. So they need to win in the ugly, win in the details, and win in the rougher portions of the game, right? The being smarter, less penalties, all of that stuff. And it feels like the way they've gone about camp and the way they have tried to talk about toughness and try to put it into their practicing, that they're trying to get into the mold of winning on the margins and understanding what it will take for them to win this year. Whereas I think last year there was just a lack of a cohesive understanding of how to do that. So, the return to what Kevin likes to do offensively, I know that's something Joel Bitonio talked about as a main reason he decided to come back, and that stuff matters, right? But I think there's a little bit of self recognition that needed to happen inside the organization and players too. That the coaches, it's their job to trickle down, of like, this is how we win, this is how we identify ourselves this year, and we follow a pretty strict method. If they don't, handle the minor details well, they don't win the toughness battles, they're gonna have a hard time winning. So I think that from the outside looking in, you never, 17 games here to show us what's going to happen, but there's a pretty good chance. I feel like they understand themselves a lot better than they did last year. Let's put it that way.